Yo, yo, yo. I wasn't gonna do this, but desktop audio. I forget how to not mute desktop audio. Okay. Let's see if this works. Gonna get Discord open. No delay. Just gonna do offline, but fuck it. I don't even have the chat window open. This is very on the fly. Trying to dry my clothes, as you can see. Uh, Had the pool all to myself today. All right, let's what should we start with? Guess I gotta open up Discord. Study time with try time. I'm in it. Danielson. What up? I think the clothes are autofocusing. Dry, dry. I can't put them in the cupboard because they fucking stink. I mean, the cupboard makes them stink. Messy bed. Can't even do my bed properly. All right. So no music until study stream is over, because then I'll get flagged for copyright. We're live. All right. This is all Kiwi's. This is all Kiwi's doing. Motivated me. Start. There he is, the man.
Yo, yo.
This is very impromptu. I was gonna do it offline, but obviously I'm streaming right now.
Yeah, I didn't know you were streaming it, but that's a good idea.
I turned the desktop. The desktop audio is kept being captured now, so when I upload it, everyone will be able to hear on YouTube. On the YouTube, your mic is very low. Blah 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 blah. How about now?
The YouTube.
All right, what do we want to start on? The world is our oyster.
You're the boss.
No. I'm just I guess you could say, well, I was gonna say conductor, but then that would make me the boss. I'm the conduit. I'm the conduit.
Facilitator, maybe.
Yeah, that one.
Are we using GTO Wizard or
Doesn't
PF,
matter.
or
This is just everything.
yeah?
Just upload it as everything. Everyone gets a piece of
Yeah,
exposure.
should we do wizard since we all have wizard.
We all have wizard.
We all have Wizard. I do not have Poker Academy.
Well, maybe that's a more of a opportunity to then use it. If we all have GTO Wizard, then that doesn't matter. So you sent me, like, since you sent me a hand, maybe let's go through that then as a jumping off point.
So I sent you the full final table history.
Pull it up there.
Who's screen sharing here?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I'm live with no delay, so I can either pull it up on go live on Discord or be best.
Yeah, I've just got the stream up and that's working all right.
Can I just plop this file in?
There you are.
All right, so I've got your tournament up. Uploaded. How much more can I upgrade? What did they give me here? Why do I get an option to upgrade? Shouldn't I just be a masterclass subscription?
I don't know
Swell
what
and ante.
affiliates get. I have premium.
So do you have that? Did you notice that they have like an ante now? I just clicked on upgrade. Anyway, let's go to study. I have not played enough around with GTO. Where the hell did my file go? Uploads. There we go. View hands. All right, and you sorted by EV loss?
Yeah, that's the way I usually do it. I haven't actually done the full review myself, so this will be an adventure for everyone.
Wonder if I should do Whiskey. You gonna play today? Yeah. At like 2 o'clock. Hey, you guys should just trial and error for me. Just buy in for like $1 for that bankroll challenge. If Whiskey, did you see that I posted that? Maybe I'll do it on the full screen here. I gotta pull up what I'm showing here. I can't see myself. Kiwi, what did you have in mind? You were gonna impart some banger knowledge.
Well, yeah, I think starting with some hand reviews is a good start, and then maybe if we sort of like special in on something, like whether button opening or whatever, like sort of try to narrow it down into something is always a good way to do it.
So I think the main grain of salt here is that everything that's analyzed is going to be CEV.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the final table of PKO, so not quite apples and oranges. But
does GTO have any plans on advancing their sims to ICM?
I'm assuming that once they incorporate ruse, they'll be able to do real-time solves for an uploaded hand. You'd probably just have to tell it field left and whether it's final table or not. And then it would just use its AI magic to do whatever to solve the actual post-flop final table ICM as opposed to everything CEV.
All right. Okay, so I've got it sorted. So how do you just click on it and then review?
Yeah, so
and
let's
then what do you
the
usually
ace-jack
do?
hand,
Replay
for
hand?
instance. Yeah.
Just you hit replay. That's how you go about it.
Yeah, if we want to just like run through it like an actual hand.
All right. 2.3, huh? My sizings, I've just kind of been standard too. I think late game I think Kiwi mentioned it, to have the maybe big blind be a little more honest on their defending ranges when you make it like 2.2 or 2.3.
Yeah, that's for like real short stacks, like so they don't just stop and go you and stuff.
Yeah.
I see those is a decent strategy.
All right, so ace jack, pretty standard here, and I'm assuming they all fold.
No, it goes 3-bet, and I was supposed to call the 3-bet.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, no. That's surprised you just don't jam. But I mean, when it's one of those polarizing spots that you don't often see. What buy-in was this? What game was this?
It's just 250. This was
Oh, here it is, a 250 PKO. So he's 3-betting you on him, or was it from the big one? Maybe I should just hit next. Okay. Yeah.
Says the chip lead 3-betting.
All right, what position? Is this final three?
Final
Is this heads
three,
up? Oh, okay.
Is it a big field or small field?
Like 1,300, I think.
Oh yes, that's big.
All right, and you're supposed to
Yeah,
flag
this was
it
a
out.
Sunday game.
So to explore the hand on your ranges, what do I click on next? It's,
The little
the
graduate
hat.
hat, yeah. And then that would give you the full hand in the solver. Yeah, that guy.
All right, so is this a rip? Ace Jack? Oh, it's a 4-bet. Wait.
Yeah, and now it's showing us 9-handed CEV. Like,
So it's broken.
yeah.
How come it's not shown? Is there something where you can report? I know that Preflop Academy or Poker Academy had somewhere where you could flag it because there's a whole bunch of mistakes, right? Like it's all just basically almost manual solves.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is it's all like everything's pre-solved, and then as soon as you go into the hand analyzer, it's like, oh, it's like Clippy coming up and saying, I see you want to solve a hand. Do you want to do it in CEV? Too bad, that's what you're doing.
So do we just throw this in the trash then and move on to a next one, or is there something that we can see here? If it's 9-handed, then it's kind of moot.
Well, I mean, you could go up to the where it says CEV in the top left, like the settings in the top left. Yeah, that guy.
This guy save
to the
sleeve.
right. CEV with limps.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So if you switch it to
I didn't know you could
ICM
toggle this.
PKO.
Yeah. Oh, this is where we were doing pre-flop and we couldn't figure out if there was actually ICM with PKOs.
And then PKO, yeah. Then final table.
3.
And now it's basically a closest fit. So we're on the final table with 3 players, and you want to find the one that's closest to, like, button is second, small blind is third, and big blind is first. Like, I think the important thing is that the guy 3-betting you has you covered, and the guy in third place is not in the hand. It's like in this scenario, you're chip lead, so it's not quite the same. Anyways, we can just say yeah, like when you're chip lead, look how wide you open. 9 deuce suited, of course.
I mean, why not?
I have
Is that what we're
120
looking at?
bigs. I can open 4 deuce suited.
Oh, I see. So that's can we change this or no?
Yeah, if you go back to the settings where you changed it to ICM PKO, like in the top left, you can't like manually set the big blinds. You have to pick from the. Yeah, cancel that.
Oh, I see. It's okay. It's the same. It's the same as Poker Academy. It's just
yeah, exactly. The pre-flop stuff where it gives you a preset list of.
I find that so hard, man. Especially in PKOs. It's like it's way too hard to find like a close fit. I just give up. Like it's so rare to find. I feel like a accurate solve, but do you have better luck?
So it's probably going to be somewhere in like the 30 to 40 big blind average.
All right, so I can sort it. Oh, I can just scroll down to the average. And
yeah,
then...
scroll down.
So it's 40, big blind 40. Like shit, it's like nothing's there. Ah, maybe this one.
Yeah, 40, 20, 60 is not too bad.
40, 20, 60. 60, 20, 40. All right. So how do
I
we look
think
at
the
this?
really important factor is that the guy 3-betting you has you covered, whereas here,
He doesn't.
big blind is covered by you. So you're chip lead. So ace jack, you can call easily to try and hit. Whereas if you have a high risk premium because he can knock you out, it's a different story.
All right, so let's move it along here. What do we want to look at? And I kind of get overwhelmed at this. I'm kind of like Mamba when I'm looking at this now. That's why I was always maybe disinterested in GTO a little bit. So is this just our opening? Is this what we're looking at? Button, and then this is our opening chart, right?
Yeah. So I think if you want to take away from this, we saw on that one example where we had 120 big blinds in the button, we were opening like 64% of hands, and here we're only opening like 54%, even though we're still chip lead.
Yeah.
So like when you're closer in chips, even as chip
I see,
lead,
okay,
final
right here.
3 of a final table,
Huh.
you still have to cool it a bit.
All right, so we what do we action then versus a 3-bet? So how do we proceed in this steady spot?
So you can give button an open, like if you.
So what do I have to do? Am I doing
So
anything here?
in the top left,
Yeah.
where you have button highlighted, yeah.
So I just click on
Backward.
raise.
Yeah, click on
Oh,
raise
okay, I
there.
see. All right, okay.
Yeah.
And then big blind raised, not to. He raised. Wow, that's a big raise. So can we edit this, or this is just within the solve that he raised to 12.6?
It just kind of is what it is. So
Yeah.
the sizes are preset.
Yeah. And then okay, so this is then you're either jimmying or calling, I think, right? Is that right? All in, you're 16. You're full. Okay, so you said you should have defended, but it's saying you should have folded 72%, or no? Am I seeing that wrong?
I'm gonna go. Can I post links in the Twitch chat?
Oh shit, I didn't even have chat up. So, really. Yo, Alyssa, Allie, what up? So this will take me. You playing this tables this morning? I'll be playing in after this. Yeah.
That one I just posted is probably the closest for risk premium. Because we have 20. So we cover the small blind, but big blind covers us here. But we're short too, so
Okay, so
now
we
it's
click
saying
on
jam ace jack
raise,
off.
and then big
Like
blind
at
is
20, we just
raising.
open jam ace jack off. What?
What does it say? The big blind free bets. Like, what's it assuming free bets?
Okay, we still call. Huh. Yeah, big blind's 3-bet range should be somewhat wide. Okay, so I think the takeaway from this example in particular is ace
The hand
jack
that we're
isn't a
talking about.
full 3-handed, even when you're covered.
Yeah, and you're pretty deep here in position. What was your thinking? Why were you folding? I mean, he covers you, but you just a little bitch.
I
or
might have
what?
been overvaluing the jump with the small blind, because like the small blind at 16, it's pretty horrific if you get in a spot where
You're gonna bust up.
have some sort of like
So
ace queen jack flop.
you have regrets here, or I mean, in a $2 game for someone to even 3-bet you in a big blind, I mean, what was your read on the guy? Were you was he Brazilian?
He wasn't a maniac. He was
Okay, so I don't see anything wrong with the fold, really, to be honest. Ace
Yeah.
jack
Like
suited.
big field on a Sunday, the best player left in the field, like passing on marginal spots.
Yeah.
Seems totally fine.
The other thing was now that I'm thinking back to it, I was thinking like I want to get heads up with this guy because I would I remember him being bad. Well, it's a 250 game, so it's implied, but like he kind of didn't know what he was doing to the point where it was like, all right, if this is the way you play in just a regular ring, like heads up, I'm going to destroy you. So that's why I was all right. I'll fold here and wait till the small blind's dead, and then get heads up where I have a huge advantage, as opposed to like taking a marginal spot with ace jack.
Right. Okay. I know QB doesn't have a lot of time, so maybe let's jump into what he had an idea on to look at.
I actually got a bit of time.
Either way, you have the floor.
Okay, I'm just trying to work out how we should do this. So should we do a little bit of like? Are you Should we just do a little bit of back to basics? A little bit like.
Yep.
So, I guess we'll just use. Yeah, I was gonna share my screen, but then probably we'll just do it on your screen because then you've got it all on.
I mean, if you want to share it on Discord, and I'll slide it over. It's all the same. And then
we'll see how that looks.
Look how beautiful technology. All right, there you go. Now you can talk and scroll and do everything.
All right. Well, first thing I was going to quiz you on is, do you think we open wider? So this is just chippy V, right? Do you think we open wider on the button of 80 bigs or 20 bigs?
Feels like one of those trick questions because I know at 100 versus under the gun RFI, we're like not even touching ace jack, so I feel we're opening
in this
wider.
example, let's just assume that we're just opening, no pre-flop raise. It's folded to us on the button.
Yeah. So we're in the cutoff right now, and you're asking if we're opening wider. We're on the button.
I'm just on the cutoff, so I don't show you the.
We're opening wider on the button than we are at 20, than we are at 80.
Yeah, that's the question.
We're opening wider. I don't know. I think so. It's just one of those things that how I explained it under the gun when we're deep. So,
are you including jams in your opens?
At 20?
Yeah.
Very few. What do we have, like King Jack suited or something? I can't remember. It's like Jack 10 suited, I think, might be for 20, or is that too much? Or is that from the cutoff? Either way. All right, continue.
So sorry, what was your answer? Was it 80 or 20 that we open wider?
We open wider on 20.
We open wider on 20. Okay, and so you're kind of not 100% sure why though, right?
Well, I don't think people are. So I know like our bottom, like even at 15, are we just talking about 20 or sub 20 in general? But
20,
like,
just 20.
Just 20? Okay. I hate this. It's like I'm in school and I'm afraid to give like a wrong answer.
Sorry, it'll be worth it though. We'll learn something.
So like if we're min opening like King 10 and shit, like we're trying to get, I don't know. Johnny probably knows more. Johnny knows the answer, but I'm kind of bad at the whole why we're doing things. I just notice patterns on what to open, and maybe I'm very flawed in that aspect. But
so like off 80 big blinds, what are like the worst offsuit hands you sort of open off 80 big blinds on the button?
The worst?
Yeah, like do you like, you know, for example, do you open like Jack 6 off? You know, if you did that, be
right.
6S offsuits. You know, what is like the best offsuit hands you sort of open?
The best offsuit.
Yeah.
9-10 off.
9-10 off. So you're saying like the 9x kind of offsuit hands, like Jack 9, Queen 9, all those.
But is that the best or the worst?
The worst, because yeah, like so. Would you fold like Jack 8 off on the button of 80?
Well, if they're three betting you more, so then I don't know. Does that mean you're just torching too much? Is that why we're not opening as wide?
Let's take a look. So on the button off 80 big blinds, you open offsuit 8s and suited 5s. That's
Okay.
quite a good rule to remember. It's like the offsuit 8s and suited 5s, and once you're opening all that.
Yeah, I never. That's a better way to look at it because I always try to. Maybe I'm just. I think okay, hijack, low jack. I'm opening up broadways, but you mentioning like all of offsuit 8x and suited 5. That's kind of a cool rule of thumb to memorize charts.
And then once you start to remember that, like once you go to cutoff, we know it's going to be all the offsuit 9s and all the suited 6s.
Yeah, that's how I remember is cutoff is the sexy position because it's the 6-9. So it's like
Oh yeah.
6 suited, 9 off, like you said. And then you just move up and down by position from there.
Exactly, yeah. And that'll help you, then when you're in game, you sort of immediately, you can kind of think straight away like, oh, yeah, cut off, I can open my offsuit 9s, suited 6s, that's just like kind of, so then you don't have to waste extra like, brain power.
Yeah. And we're sitting at 80.
Yeah, this is on 80. Yeah, so back to the original question was, are we opening wider on the button off 80 than off 20? The answer is 20 big blinds.
Yeah.
And the main reason for that is because we're going to get, this has got limps, just get rid of limps. So you can see, yeah, we were talking about jams earlier, yeah, Jack 10 suited, you're right about that. Pocket 4s, pocket 3s. Pocket pairs, the low suit aces.
So we're not opening up wider off 20.
No, we're opening tighter because you can
yes.
see here these offsuit 8s are now folding.
I was leveling with myself, thinking like it was a trick question, but it's almost obvious that we're going to be opening not as much off of 20. Just trying to be smart.
Yeah, because you see like the small blind is going to jam all his A6.
So what I was seeing that most people I think in these games and what we're learning is that everyone's jamming on like everyone's jamming their suited ace-x almost at like 100% frequency versus sub 20 opens and sub 15 opens on the button when they're almost exclusively flatting. You should be according to charts.
Yeah, I mean, look at how many like the small blind's just meant to just jam. You could basically play no flats if you wanted to. Small blind versus button.
I always have a hard time because every time I decide to flatten the small blind or big blind, either if they have it or they don't, they end up just fucking jamming. Like, not just even 20, just like anywhere. Just any stack depth. I'm just getting totally brennered off from the big blind every time I flatten the small blind. So it's so rare that I find flats there, but.
And because it's tough. It's tough. You're playing out of position multi-way. Like that's always going to be a tough job. So yeah, the main adjustment is to just jam more against button opens and even cutoff opens.
Look at that. Look at all the red.
Yeah, even like cutoff, like we're still jamming all the suited 10s, all the pocket pairs, like just a lot more jamming out of the small blind. And like, yeah, you'll see that as well. Like if you get a raise and a flat, like, and you're in the small blind, it's just mostly just jamming because you don't want to call and take it off like, sub 20 bigs or whatever, even 30 bigs, a lot of jamming.
So this is just a cutoff open, but this isn't multi-way yet. What are we doing with like, there's way too many flats in multi-way action. So when we have like small blind 25, like Jack 10 suited, Queen Jack suited, what are you leaning more towards?
So we have 25 big blinds and who is opened? We're in the small.
So I don't know. It could be anywhere from like low jack cutoff button. They're all fucking flatten off of like 20, where charts would have like they should be like ripping a lot. And so when they're flatting, it's like when the second or third flatter flats, I don't think there's not often many because they're back calling so fucking wide. That's what really triggers me on how when you're looking at charts and when we're playing the buy-ins and the fields that we're playing. It really I don't know what the more optimal strategy is. Is you just going out of position multi-way with like a queen jack suited, jack 10 suited, or because I just feel like there's the frequency of where we're gonna get fold equity is significantly lower.
Yeah, you do see some kind of wild flats, and then they have hands that you don't expect.
Because you're gonna jam fucking jack 10 suited, and he's gonna back call with king 10 off every single fucking time.
I think it depends. It like some players definitely would fold there. So you're saying like like hijacks raised and then the cutoff is flatted.
And
you're in the
button
small blind
fucking
and
most of the
to...
time, and you guys were sitting at like 20, 22, 25.
Yeah, you can see off at the 25. Yeah, like it wants to. Yeah, I mean, this still seems like pretty reasonable. Like, but yeah, I probably wouldn't take the king 9 suited and stuff, but these hands still have a lot of equity, when you do jam the queen jack suited. And
I think I'm just dwelling on spots that they can go either way, but it's just frustrating when there's so many damn multi-way spots when there shouldn't be at those depths. So it just drives me, it makes me sick.
Yeah.
It's interesting too how things change when you switch to an asymmetric sim as opposed to this symmetric. Like, if you had 25, but everyone else had like 60 plus, like you were the short stack at the table, how that changes things.
Oh, right. Yeah. And that's something you sometimes see, right? Like people don't notice the stacks behind, they don't notice the short stack, so they open their 60 big blind stack with a too wide a range, and then you can kind of shove on them to steal. I think people definitely don't adjust to the shorties realm.
All right, what did we have? So you have had some button open. You want to identify some of that? What else?
I was also gonna talk about, do you do much like drill work before your sessions? Like I reckon that could be like a pretty good addition. I just get the brain going a bit. Like
let's look at GTOs, and then I maybe wanted to bring up Poker Academy's warm-up study thing that I kind of looked at or had put on display. The last one, I'm not sure if you were here for it.
Now let's take a look at that.
Trainer. All right, see what we got here. Now I've done it off of the phone GTO Wizard, and it was pretty fly. It was pretty cool. Is there any particular spots that you wanna see?
Maybe should we do just like the hero is the button, since we've been taking a look at the button? Maybe the opponent is the big blind. Yeah.
So just Chippy V stacks. Oh, okay. R5 from hero position button. Stuff like that. Asymmetric.
Nice. Yep.
How come it can't show me stack? Okay, either way. And then you can pick number of tables. You can even do the deep study spot. It's the warm up. You get 15 seconds, and I'll just pull up 2 tables. It's pretty fly. Sevens, are we inducing or jamming? I'm gonna jam 18. No, it's a raise. 10-5 suited raise.
I think induce sevens.
I thought it was shove sevens and deuce eights nines. Raise 17. No, fold. Fold 9-5. This might be too quick for. I could slow it down and then we can talk about it more. But what do you think of the UI?
Yeah, it's nice. I like how you can like do multiple tables. That's
Yeah.
that's a cool feature.
Yeah,
That's how
gets
it
your
is
brain
that's how it
moving,
is in
right?
the
Like
game.
15 minutes before your session, and you get the juice flowing.
Yeah. Dig it.
Is it any king for 8? I always get lost here. Pretty sure it has to be, right? Fives, I think we jimmy. Threes, fours, fives. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, eight, fives, eight,
Yep.
fold. Jack 7. So I know it's for 12 small blind. We just take it? I don't think we do, but I'm going to do it anyway. Ah, easy. 90.9. 7, 8 suited.
Definitely.
Yeah. King 7 off, no.
That big blind stack's awkward.
18 fives again. Oh, it's a mix. 8-5 suited off of 6.
Fold.
Whoops. I kind of knew that one should have been. 7-6 suited for 6. I think you gotta go.
What was that? 6-5 suited fold? No.
No.
Fold 6-5 suited.
Yeah, I thought it was a misclip. All in for 30. Oh, because we're working at 17. Yeah.
Rip it.
That's the problem with. I'm gonna stop. That's the problem with the warm up because you're like, imagine that would really train your brain for like 20 tabling, but I think you need to give yourself a little more time. 15 seconds.
You can do 4 tables on GTO Wizard, but I won't talk about that.
Promo code. No,
68%.
I'm helping Ryan out here.
Well, we could. How many tables can we do here? Yeah, we can do 4.
Exclamation point W, right?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, we can do 4 tables here on Poker Academy. I'm curious. I thought we for sure could have isolated the stack depth and just hyper practiced that one depth. All right, so that's my little show and tell. Anyone got anything that they want to get off their study chest?
I was just gonna say one quite good method if you're trying to get these ranges more down as well is to sort of like practice it before you sort of see the answer. You know, like.
I mean, I've been doing that since grade 5. I go straight to the back of the book. I never did the work.
Because like it's good to see the answer, but sometimes like like
no, it's never good to see the answer. It's never good.
But like there's a good tool like Range Manager where you can just it's like a $10 tool and you just can put in just it's just if you look at my screen I've got it up there. It's just like you can just fill in the blocks of what you think, and then so like if I'm working out, okay, I want to see my knowledge on my 20 big blind opening range, then I just fill it all in, and then I can take a look at the answer afterwards to see how close I was to the correct answer, and then you sort of learn from your mistakes.
I guess that's not unlike what I do for when I'm just plugging in RFI ranges for myself on Poker Academy, like sitting 20 RFI, and I don't pull up the spot. Kind of ask myself what would be my open and stuff.
Exactly, and that's a really good way to review it. Like if you tag a hand that's like a blind on blind jam for 10, instead of just looking at the one answer, like try to work out like, okay, well, what do I think my weakest jamming hand for 10 is? How would I play? Like actually get the.
That's why I like doing it with chat and having to have them like. Did you ever watch Out of the Great? He's really what got me into the Poker Academy, and really thinking about it that way. So we could just do it now. Is anyone in chat active enough to participate? What would be our bottom RFI cutoff? So I'm not going to select it just yet. You're going to have to tell me. RFI 30 effective cutoff. We're going to go cutoff. Who's out there?
Hint, we talked about this like 10 minutes ago.
Was it 30 though?
Oh, it's just the general rules.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go, name a spot. Under the gun, middle position. We can even do what we would defend versus a 3-bet. Xbox sent a message. What? Shut up. No one wants to participate, eh? You guys are wimps. Let me, did I pull up any spots from yesterday? Da-da-da-da, da-da. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So stage of the tournaments. You see the spot that got pulled up right now?
Yeah, I see it.
What are we jamming against button open this stage of the tournament? Don't cover them. Is it all just kind of like ace queen, ace king, ace jack suited, king jack? What do you reckon?
This under the gun. I mean, he covers us for our bounty, right? So we got to be pretty. I don't think we can get away with too wide a jam. And there's all the hands behind. Yeah, definitely. I think definitely take ace queen, ace jack suited, like you said.
So it's difficult for these spots and academy. I don't know if it's any more accurate, if we can find something in GTO wizard, but does anyone have any idea where we can find the best possible, or if we can all just agree on what we would be jamming, or is it just this very select few of hands? Like Chippy V wise, what are we like, let's just say early on in the tournament, I just want to show how drastically we have to start adjusting.
Are you saying Chippy V like in a PKO when he covers us, or are you saying like Chippy V?
Yeah, let's just go early days. He still covers us. What are we jamming?
Assuming we're still, 20 effective or whatever. Well, 15 effective for
15.
yours.
Yeah.
It's almost like speed racer ranges.
Yeah.
Is it just like 4 hands?
Would you jam like jam? I mean, like I'm definitely taking like pocket eights. Like, would you take? Would you not? Would you be folding like eights or something?
It's got to be the middle of range, right? Like eights through jacks, ace jack to ace king, and then kings and aces can flat to trap.
I don't really see the solver and stuff doing much flatting off 15 bigs like this EP unless they're on like the cutoff starts doing some flatting, but I don't really see like EP.
Yeah, I guess that's more a late position thing, right?
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to be. I think people are semi-smart enough to realize that UTG, UTG1 ranges are going to be uber strong. So if they have like 6s or 7s, they're just going to mine. As opposed to if we just jimmy, they're going to call more than they're just going to lose every time an ace or king hit. If we actually have jacks, stuff like that. Wisdom Man, you have a bankroll challenge. Yeah, I don't know how that's operating, so it's a feeler on how to maybe use it in the future. Did you just?
I mean, this isn't perfect, but the link I posted is somewhat similar.
So we're taking the 8s, eh? And the queen jack suited. It's kind of why I had it. So I was so you're taking queen jack suited, huh?
I probably pass on queen jack suited just because I feel like people don't open under the gun wide enough.
So if
what about you, Johnny? Would you take it?
No, I'm too nitty.
So does it
like
would this change if you're playing like a 108 and you're jamming queen jack suited more? Because they're opening, they're raised folding like a7 suited. Or they're opening.
I guess this is a little different than this particular sim, just because Monkey Zing is still covered by what, 3 players at the table? So it's like he can't be opening as wide as in the sim where you're basically tied for chip lead. So you have the availability of basically an entire table of bounties. Whereas Zing, he can just get like jammed on by any of the covering stacks, or even 3-bet, put in a rough position.
Did I fuck this
up? So maybe, yeah. Maybe you cut out a bit of this range, like Queen Jack. Some of the marginal, like 3-bet non-all-ins, like Ace 10 off, Ace Jack off.
With this Queen 10 suited, if I mean, these the Brazilians are. Imagine doing a 4.5 or a 4 here, 2.1 x 3-bet here.
Always looks like aces.
Wasn't that the point? Every hand you should be pretending you have aces. Isn't that the idea?
Yeah, I feel like this particular one, every sim would probably still have it fold out. The Queen 10 suited. Ace 9 for 7.5.
Yeah, I think I fucked it up. I'm not sure. I ended up chipping up. I remember this was last night. I lost with kings, obviously. Yeah, these short field, I'm just, when do we start? Even like final tables, are we? Got this guy covered. I think I donated to him a bit. Oh yeah, this is where I flopped a pair. Yeah, this was the critical part that I ended up losing this tournament by. I have Queen 6 suited here. I actually flopped. And then I decided to check raise my pair flush draw. You're supposed to pure flat. Yeah. I fucking torched it. Ended up
I think the defense fine though, pre-flop.
Yeah, I guess why I took it, I was like, when, you know, are we defending kind of all our suited 3 off the money type thing versus a very well, Brazilians, I think we all can agree under the gun even money bubble. They're taking advantage of the situation, even if they are short stacked for a very strong image. They're very wide.
Yeah, and we cover them, which obviously it means we can defend a bit more, put them under a bit more pressure post flop.
Does it though? I mean, because if we lose, then we're down to like, if we get into a spot, I mean,
Yeah,
we're
but
not sitting
if
with
we
13.
lose, we're not out of the tournament, so we can still go on to make the money or run deep. Whereas if he covers us and we lose, now we're out.
I think that's the default idea that a lot of people have. Like, they have so many chips, like, I can't bust. But I mean, do we still kind of edge on the side, or is the risk premium yada yada?
Like, I'm still definitely like, oh, you go, Johnny.
I think it's also the idea that when you're playing for, what is that, 14.5 effective, you get to realize a lot of your equity. So, like, if you're going to fold out any suited hands here, it's going to be the very bottom, like the 7 deuces and 9 threes of the world. Think when your heart draw is as strong as a queen high flush, like, you're going to realize a lot of equity on a 2 heart board. Whereas, like,
yeah, you'd rather queen 6 suited than like queen 9 off or something, right? Like,
exactly. So I don't mind it. I would call queen 6 suited there, like, even if it was on the stone bubble.
and you think about like this post flop, who's got more to lose, like us or them? Like, clearly them, because if they lose all their chips, they miss out on the money. Whereas if we lose all our chips, we don't miss out on the money.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Any other spots anyone wants to bring up? This is just usually what I do. I look up, even though it's a PKO.
You got the 9-5 off small blind hand. That was a fun one.
Oh, is that when he clicked me? I folded the straight. No, I didn't capture that one.
I was wondering, like, I think maybe pre-flop probably would have let go of it. Like,
yeah. I shouldn't have been in there anyway. It was just kind of like the PTSD, because the last like 3 orbits I was in the small blind and we had covered them in the PKO final like 40 or whatever, and the rabbit shows me that I would have like flopped the boat, trips, top 2 or something like that when I had 9-5, 9 deuce, 5 deuce or something, and I didn't know if I straight up fold or if I limp at what frequency versus someone I cover 2-1. Just not sure. So I just take 9-5, which I'm pretty
Johnny,
sure it's just folding.
How sort of wide would you play the small blind when you cover a big bounty who's got like 15 big blinds, getting deeper in the tournament?
And we're talking about like final 50, 40 of like a field of like 2K.
How wide pre or how wide post?
Pre.
How wide pre-flop?
Pre? Yeah, I'd open my range quite a bit.
I mean, are we opening more, or are we limping?
I think you're limping.
So I was at like, what was I, 12, and he was like at 7? Something like that.
When you're that short? I think you're jamming a lot. Like, you're probably going to be jamming 70%. At least in
not
theory.
9-5, not 5 deuce suited, shit like that.
Not 5 deuce suited, but you'd be surprised the suited garbage
No, I would yeah, I would typically jam like a suited 10 or something, but these were very, very fringe. I just, because when you fold with the ante and whatever, you're having them chip up like 30%, just folding, just giving them the walk.
Yeah, so I think it's a spot where we want our limps to be real polar, right? Like top of range or just snap folds. So it's just how low do we go, right? Is 9-5 too low or not? I mean, if they're really bad, it's probably not too bad. Like if they're just not going to re-raise enough, just let you realize your equity.
So we'll wait for someone to actually have an answer to that, maybe future, since no one wants to give a definite answer to that. All right. What do we want to look at next?
Oh, there's one
Kiwi,
other. Oh, so you go.
Kiwi, are you interested in drills at all, like preset drills in GTO Wizard?
Yeah. I've done a little bit of that sort of setup, like a whatever I'm practicing, like button
Yeah,
versus
so
big one.
pull
But
it
I didn't
up.
know you could have multiple tables. That's pretty cool.
Creating
I've got a
drills
few
here.
interesting ones.
All right, so I just pulled it up. So how do I do this shit? Create a new drill. MTT.
Yeah, you can
Chippy
actually send
V,
people
30.
your drills that you've made.
Oh.
Really?
Is this
Oh.
what I just kind of showed in Poker Academy?
Yeah, pretty similar.
Yeah, there's just a few more options.
All right, what do we want to look at?
It's a better tool and everything.
Jay, pay attention. We're studying. Have you ever? Does it ever cross
Wait,
your
what?
mind?
Jay's here? Oh, nice. What up,
Jay?
Jay?
Oh shit! Did he just come in?
The man himself.
Man, you guys should have seen him on that $1 final table. What a fucking this fucking guy folds jacks four-handed and then decides to like 3-bet ace 8-5 offsuit. It was fucking unreal. I was sitting there watching, and it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
You should have been drinking with me. Hey, listen. I'm sorry, I'm hanging off my kid right now.
Or is she hanging off of you?
We're eating Jolly Ranchers.
Like a jolly.
How many people are on this in the background there? What's going on?
There's a couple.
Sounds like a roommate.
Yeah, how many roommates do you have right now in a one-bedroom apartment?
I'm not home.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
This kid's here. Anyways, I'll mute myself. Let you guys do your thing, and I'll listen.
Yeah, right. We can only dream. All right, we've got this new drill. We're setting up this new drill. So what do we want to do? Are we just gonna focus on some buttons or what? Since Kiwi loves playing with the button.
Hey, the buttons. Your win rate's the highest from the button, and it's a good spot to start from, I would say.
GTO opponent. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could there was an option to be like idiot opponent.
Oh, set skill level?
Yeah, exactly.
And then it would auto adjust ranges?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're onto something.
Give my opponent an 80% VPIP.
I mean, listen, that's what it's all about, right? If you know they're and they'll give it a name and they'll just call it J, opponent J. Well, I mean, J from the big blind. Well, it's like how many beers? How many beers?
You'd just be setting
How many beers
alcohol
do they have in
level.
the big blind?
Yeah, how many J? Nah, but it's weird, dude. You're so polar in that because I don't know, man. It's like ace jack off or jacks. You just snap folding the big blind versus a standard button open, and you're sitting with like 20 or 30 effective. I don't know, man. I wouldn't believe it, but I've seen firsthand live this happen. Like if you were to tell me that's what he does, I'd be like, there's no, that's no. But no, he does. He does it. He does it.
Hey, man, $1 buy-in is pretty big for me, you know.
But this wasn't the dollar. This wasn't. This is. I'm going back to what was it? The Stars popular one at night. You had final table. You woke me
The
up.
mini Pacific Rim, the $5.
No. I think it was like the bigger one. or was it? I don't
Oh,
know. Anyways, it was
1650.
it was the
My goodness,
1650
let's go.
Pacific Rim, and you snap folded jacks to a min open off of from the button in the big blind. That's right.
And I should have been right, but I was wrong.
Smuggle Bear question: there's a Zodiac PLO happening in 15 minutes. Does this MTT award the avatar? No. Those small field, no, no. There's no avatar. It just says Zodiac.
You're the Zodiac avatar expert.
And it does say in the lobby what you would say receive if you win event. It usually says a badge, or if they send you a trophy to your house. But it's just the branded Zodiac tournaments that have an animal attached to it in the name. All right, we're gonna set this new drill. Johnny, fucking hurry the fuck up! Stop getting interrupted by the sober.
Oh wait, I'm
Well, someone get better internet. I know I have the best.
I usually
gonna do like
having...
pre-flop response to an open from button. Like that's a pretty quick one.
So we
Alright,
want to be in the big blind?
Change the pre-flop action to RFI.
What does from start mean anyway?
From start means like
it's gonna walk you.
You'll have to watch all of the action happen before you get to act.
Oh, I see.
If you say RFI, it skips directly to your action.
Okay, got it.
You guys can wait an hour. I really wanted to study tonight. You know.
You're so full of shit. Like,
can
mention
stay out
something
there,
reasonable. All right.
Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to modes on the left-hand side. So where it has like board, hands, modes, we're gonna switch to modes. Do we want to do multiple tables?
So fucking much. Does this do one? Street spot street poker.
We went spot.
What is spot?
Because we wanted to just be like make a choice and it's done, right?
Okay.
So spot is just like make a choice, you're done. Then we want to stop after an action. So where it says pause game after, switch it to action instead of mistake. Yeah. And then under session at the very bottom, it says like time bank and then it has session. So just change the session number to 20 hands instead of off. Just so we can do like one session and try it out.
Save. Drill name.
Save, yeah.
Johnny's Law. I'm assuming we close this. Click on Johnny's Law. Start drill.
Yep.
Start
and then
training.
Sure.
Here,
Yep.
wait, I go. Can I blow
Let's do
this
it.
up a little bit?
1, 2, 3, go.
There we go.
Jay, what do we do?
Yeah, it's good.
I can't see you, Danny. I can't see.
We're let's just pull the
I'm on my
stream up.
phone. I'm gonna stream in a bit here, maybe. I don't know. I'm
What do
gonna
you
show
mean
you
you're
how
gonna
it's done when you're drinking.
What do you mean you're gonna stream in a bit?
It'll be in bed.
Just answer the question.
I don't work tomorrow.
He's on vacation.
Okay, so obviously Jay's not gonna participate this. Suited King. Raise.
King 3 suited we open.
So good, I'm so good. Ace King. We might just jam it. We might just jimmy. I think it's a jimmy for maybe not 15. I think we're just gonna jimmy. Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck, I'm good.
Obviously a fold, man. Like, come on.
If it was jacks, I would agree to that statement.
Offsuit likes to rip.
Come on, can we get some real decisions to be made here? Okay, here's a decision 8. So remember, this is the 30. It's a raise, isn't it? Oh wow, the offsuit 8s. Oh god. There you go. There you go. There is some benefit.
California raisin.
I would be folding this, but now thanks to Kiwi enlightening me on to the 20 and 30 button RFIs. It's a great thing.
Nice.
Kiwi, what's your hourly for coaching?
30 since he has to spend 20 a month on. He charges 30 a month, so he nets 10. Right?
You're talking about coaching with Gitten, so
Yeah.
$20 a month.
9-4 suited. Okay, this might be a little different. Is this all just vanillas?
Yeah, it's all CEV. We would have to change that in the drill setup.
So how can I pull up what the range is from here? Study the spot.
Go to the light bulb.
So
On the top right.
Top right.
Info.
Other end of your screen.
Oh, wow, I was close. 9-5 suited. 5 suited. Right, you said suited 5s, didn't you? Shit, I forgot about that one. Okay. Blanket suited 5s, offsuit 9s or 8s. 8s. Fuck. A6 to 23.
Before every session.
You might want to close that info tab so we aren't cheating.
Oh shit! I wasn't looking at it for that one. Stand. Interesting. Cans snap fold, Jay. Snap fold. Because what if small blind or big blind has jacks, right? So we just want to fold.
Tournament life's very important.
Yeah. 10-5 suited. Oh, we already know this answer. Bazinga. This is very it's very eye-opening. I think I've been severely overfolding these spots. All right, so we get the idea there. Very handy. Practice. Anything else we want to investigate within? It's just so much. You can spend a year. Just so much. Study spots.
It's a complex
practice.
game. Do you want to see? I'll show you the drill that I've been giving myself headaches with.
Mm-hmm. Are you sending? Oh, are you sharing?
Yeah, I just started sharing on Discord.
Yeah, you got all the drills.
Yeah, I think you have to hit my watch stream.
Holy fuck! Yeah, we got.
There we go. Yeah. So these are all the ones that I made. The PKO ones are really useful. Like near bubble marginal hands. That's important. Final table with 30 blinds or less. That's important. These ones, I fucked these up so badly. Like, look at this, 51% accuracy. So this is strictly 3-bet pots on the turn, not the flop. So we'll start training. So this is where you being 3-bet, you call the 3-bet. There's a 25% C-bet. And now what do you do on the turn in this spot?
What did you do on the flop? You checked?
We bet 25% cutoff called. on the flop.
So he 3-bet you. You
Yeah,
flatted,
and
and then
we led for
you
25%.
you took the betting lead.
Yeah, they
And he
called.
called, and now what?
Yeah,
What does he have there in the 3-bet? He's got tens, jacks. If you bet, I don't think he's raising once you. Ace 10 suited. No. Is he flatting on your lead with aces, kings, queens?
we have the ace of spades, so we can't have any sort of flush draws really, unless it's king. Well, we have the queen suited too, so
I would
unless
probably
like king
just
jack.
I would probably just YOLO, because if he has like king jack, could fold. I'd just jimmy it in. Fucking send it. Fucking
I think
send
I'd
it.
either check or bet 50%. Maybe I don't know. It's a tricky one.
No, I'm fucking sending
Yeah,
it. You can get way better hands to fold. That's the thing, right? And then your
every
equity
spot
is through
is
the
like
nose.
this though.
And then your equity's through the nose. So you're
Alright.
cheating. You already know the answer, don't you?
I don't.
you're
I
leaning
just
bias.
I've played this so many times. I kind of know the strategy, but
Hmm.
it's so random. All right, so
I'm
Kiwi,
jimmying.
what are you saying?
I was gonna go either bet 50% or check. Maybe like a.
Not such a bitch move. You
And you're
I
saying rip?
think. Well, it's reasonable, right? Is he ever folding like a king jack? If you jimmy,
Probably the solver's probably not ever folding king jack. I don't think.
but what is this fucking 3-bet? I don't think is king jack ever a 3-bet. I mean, we started with like 60. Did we not? Yeah. So he's still 3-betting at a high frequency. Is he floating eights? Just do it. Pick a fucking answer.
All right, I'm gonna go with Kiwi and say 50.
Okay. Ace 10. Huh. He did have ace 10 suited. I said that. I don't know if you're 3-betting ace 10 suited. I guess, eh? It's not something I would. Maybe
Probably
at 60.
mixing.
Yeah.
All right,
So
we got the
I
gut
guess it
shot.
accomplishes the same thing though. But I'm surprised that. Are you surprised that the GTO opponent folded a pair there to half? I guess in position. I guess you're so fucked on a river decision.
Yeah, there's not many rivers that are favorable for ace 10 there, right?
Yeah, like there's no way for it to improve apart from a 10, where it's not just dominated a lot of the time.
That's where I suck at the game. I just got so much equity. I just like close my eyes.
All right, what do you think of this one?
Is this like the same scenario? You flat the 3-bet? Did you take the betting lead again?
Damn, leading's pretty.
Yeah,
I never do
same
that.
thing.
Yeah. Why is that a fucking thing? You taking?
This is why these spots are so weird. Like they're all super weird spots because by default you donk the flop after just calling a 3-bet from under the gun. And now you put yourself in this weird spot where you're on a turn having taken the betting lead after getting 3-bet.
What would Jay do? I think that's probably the correct answer.
Yeah, Jay, what do we do here?
Since he doesn't have the nuts, he'll probably fold. Like, I don't want to. Why isn't there a fold option?
Why can't we fold out of position? All right. What do you guys say?
I guess I'd maybe check this one.
I
don't
mean,
know, it's
what? So are you choosing to bet small? This is what the solver put you in a position of, right? What's the frequency of action? Like,
do you want to see?
Yeah, here you go.
So
We're fucking doing it. We're taking a 2% frequency lead line. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly. Why are
Yeah,
we
yeah.
even looking at this spot when it's 2%?
because we want to get used to being weird spots.
Yeah, maybe induced from the other guy, but you. This is like cutting yourself as opposed to him cutting you. I don't know.
Gotta randomize that 9%, bro.
No, I have edge
So we
on.
took the
I got the node lock or whatever the hell it is.
we took the osmos line of like the very marginal lead.
Uh-huh.
I think that in this spot we bet 25%.
It's that whole thing. Like, are you running it when he jams? Or are you what's the best way to realize your equity? What are we trying to accomplish? How can you possibly fold a pair gutter?
Yeah, we're never bet folding, I wouldn't think.
Yeah. It's got to be bet call. And then, or bet, and if he calls, like if it's just flatted, evaluate river. It might even want you to jam river if he just calls on pretty much anything.
I don't
All
think
right.
so. I think you're just gonna have to make him bluff.
So it was
King,
pretty close
queen.
between check and bet.
You're gonna have to make him
Yeah,
bluff
we're
king
both
queen,
right in this
check
spot.
river, check or snap check, call river.
I think we want to rip.
Really, to get
Solve
called
your land.
by. To get called by. Solver land, really?
A7 suited.
Like that's like there's so few combos I think that are gonna hero.
It's gonna be one of these two.
It's a check. He's got king queen, and he's gonna
All
bluff
right,
it.
we'll go with you. We'll go with check.
Yeah, surely it checks sometimes.
100%, nice
Of
one.
course, man. Of course. He's got man. There's no way you're jamming there. There's no fucking way.
And then give him a chance to bluff all those missed draws, I guess.
Right, like the king queens or the fucking spades.
Yeah, I suppose when we're saying A7 suit is the only hand he calls, it's like we're not
One
loving
fucking combo.
it.
Yeah.
Miggy, you'd bet
This is what we were
33%.
supposed to do on the flop.
Check fucking range.
Absolutely nothing was supposed to bet.
Nothing. Stupid GTO making you do stupid things.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying when the drills give you ones like that, where it's like you're just never actually taking that line. But still, it's a fast, interesting spot on the streets.
So all these are kind of those really weird marginal spots. These ones are good. Calling 3 bets in a PKO.
Go for it.
And just rip here.
Yeah.
Ends.
Final table. Final
small
3.
blind limp. Oh no, it's a mid open. Yeah. Of course.
Second in
of course.
chips.
No, do Brazil. Do Brazil. Do Brazil.
Make it 4 to go.
Yeah. Just do it. We're fucking doing low frequency shit. Just go for it. Go for it.
Never ever.
0%. 0. Come on, man. Oh wait,
It's
no. There's the raise. There's the raise. 30%. There you go. I'm not wrong.
Makes it 7.
Yeah.
No, you do it for half your stack, not.
But that's what the
30%.
Brazil players do all the fucking time. They put your mind in a blender. Where it's like, why is this doesn't make any sense? I
The
think
4%.
7 and folding though, right? Like if it goes jam, are we actually?
But you do notice the EVs are like the same, right?
Yeah, 1.53, and it's actually pretty close to the min click too.
Yeah, it doesn't it really. When you look at this and you can understand Brazil's, right? It's telling you to do something at like a certain frequency, but it's all the same EV, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Oh, look at this.
Button, big blind.
What a spot.
Yeah.
Look at these stacks
ICM
though.
hell, huh?
5, 9, 11.
I don't think I think is it really ace queen plus?
I'm still calling it a PKO, covering him.
Oh, does it even give us does it give
It's a $350 bounty.
Okay, it does.
Starting bounty would be 50.
What
I
are the
think it's a
pay jumps
call.
though? Does it have jump? Does it have pay jumps?
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's almost like bounties are meh.
So it won't give me numbers, it'll give me percents. So it's like 0.8% of the actual prize pool. So I don't
PKO is
know.
also top heavy as well.
Yeah. I don't think the payouts from 8th to 7th, well, what is this? 3, 6, 7, 7th to 6th place.
Okay, there's
be
kind of an
enough.
example. There's kind of an example. We took full ring. We remember we had ace queen under the gun and big blind jammed on us. But at the time, did he have us covered? I think he did. So this is slightly different. We fold ace queen. We had looked that up extensively. But here, I'm on board with calling.
Yeah, we crushed his range.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure it says like 100%. So what's our bottom there then? Go back to that. Are you calling ace 10 suited?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'd be curious to see his jamming range as well. Like
Fives, ace 8 suited.
So you're basically
Ace
just
9
taking
off
a chip
mixing.
EV. So you're just taking chip EV almost. Except for king queen off.
What's his jamming range? Does he have like every offsuit ace? Not everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of middle suited aces, stronger offsuit aces. There's Broadway.
No,
Lower
Lower
pairs.
Jack and he has ace queen.
I love how they don't put aces in there. But the fucking guy in my game last night jammed, I think it was 15 or 16 from the cutoff with aces. Fucking asshole.
Yeah,
most people
that guy
do
was
that.
playing a special form of poker.
Suited ace, we're doing a non all in.
Yeah, 7.5?
Yeah, I agree.
Huh.
Mixing.
Huh.
Open rip for 30. That's spicy.
Well, we
Or
covered
not
them
open
both.
rip, but
I think you just give the opportunity of either low jack or hijack to fold ace queen too much when you do a non all in sizing like that.
We also like protect other weaker jams here, like this weaker.
like
suited
your weak
broadways,
suited
suited
aces.
Like you see, if like a full frequency jam with queens, jacks, tens, and I'm almost and all the other things that I see, you're also ripping kings there, but not here. But
induce it.
Ace 5 suited, almost a pure mix.
Oh, I hate that fuck, man. I don't know about you, but I have very limited success with my squeezes and 4-bet rips with ace 5 suited.
Yeah.
Fucking trash. This meta that ace 5 suited is the nut 4-bet. A joke.
You gotta pick your spot though.
Land entice be damned.
Yeah. Like in our games, like EP versus EP, when they freebet you, like
Yeah.
it's just
Dump
too
it.
strong a rage. Like, don't take the ace 5 suited. Like, whereas if it's like, you know, button versus cut off, maybe.
Are we just open ripping?
From here.
Yeah.
Yeah, jacks,
Or-
tens, 3-bet. No, I think this is the same thing. It's like you're ripping kings. You're ripping kings, queens, jacks, tens, nines, maybe flatting eights. You don't cover them, so yeah, that's my opinion. Jimmy, this is final table, is it?
Final table, yeah. This is all going to be final table stuff.
Okay, so you all heard what I said, right? So pull that up and it's going to be 100% accurate. Oh, fuck off. It's like the opposite. Shit. 3-bet aces through jacks. Jimmy tens, nines. Wait, did I say flat? No, I said flat nines. Or did I say flat eights?
A's down.
one
6s and 5s mixing.
This will assume they like, you know, 4-bet rip some ace 5 suited, so that's why it wants to do it with 10. So
That-
just jam.
That queen jack suited shit is horseshit. I for the first month or two with Preflop Academy, I was so infatuated and enthralled with the small blind queen jack suited versus any MP EP open for 60 effective. It was like you can rip queen jack suited. So I was taking that every time and losing every time.
What is under the gun one open, like, because he covers everyone, right, in the PK? Yes, we need him to be open.
24.5? Pretty wide.
As soon as they're, if you're in game, if they're not opening, if they're opening only 19%, then all of a sudden some of those jams will be losing money. Just gotta.
So they're chip lead.
You gotta pay attention and make sure the chip leader's like taking all their opens, or else, yeah, like TRYTIME saying, like queen jack suited jam will just burn you money.
This one was cool. Look at your choices. 3-bet 4, 3-bet 8, jam 17. There's almost no jamming, but you are raising for half your stack. Quite a bit. Like, do you find these 50% of your stack 3-bets?
No.
I'm running into that a lot. Sub 20 when people are just doing yeah. It's similar to when someone's like has 10 bigs and is just putting 5 in, which means they're jamming, but it's just like a level thing.
It must be, it's such a specific stack size though. Like, probably has to be around 16 to 18, where it's like,
Makes me
you
think
have
it,
enough to justify a non-all-in 3-bet that's not a min click, but you still don't want to like just all in for 17.
I think it's just leveling meta for some stupid reason.
Interesting.
I don't know if this is worth practicing for me, this final table shit, since I've never seen a final table in the last 3 months.
That's where all the money is.
So he's jamming, but he's not. Is this one of those spots where he would fold if small blind and you went along? Probably. Sorry, I'm just running a6.
Yeah, it's easy. Snap run it.
Yeah, because he's got like king queen maybe, and he would fold to jams.
Yeah, we want his bounty for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. This is just like a, if small blind goes for it, get out of the way so that you can ladder.
Yeah. But if that's the case, why is he burning an extra big? I don't know.
I guess we go to 2x and we can like call and See if flop realize our equity, probably.
I think this is an easy call.
What happened here? Why are we at 4?
Low jack open, we min 4 bet.
Oh,
Offer
low
at
jack
13.
opened.
Yeah, man. That's a lot.
It's the Brazil thing. It's like a little fucking click war. Fold.
Yeah, we're not clicking it and folding. No shot.
11, 12. Oh yeah, this is very ICM hellish.
I mean,
Nah, we'd fold like our ace 5 suited that didn't.
can I see what they're suggesting that we do this in our
You want to see
in our
range?
range? Yeah. Fuck else are you doing this with?
We probably want like offsuit aces, I'd say. Some offsuit aces.
Shut up. So it's a 1% frequency they're fucking showing us? So you balance your aces with a fraction of horse shit everywhere.
Because yeah, you free bet like ace 5
tiny
off, then you can
slivers.
like snap fold. You know, you don't want to fold a hand that's like got a fuckload of equity, you know?
Well,
That's
how
really
it's
our
ace
only
4 off.
Yeah, well, it is. Ace 4 off is our only hand that we're. Oh, ace 4 and ace 10, ace 9, ace 8. Ugh, that's I don't know.
We want to block them from having like aces and ace king.
Man, I can't wait till my product line comes out. Blockers aren't real. Does anyone else have that? I don't think they do.
I think you could get people on board with that. I played this one table and I had ace king and the other guy still had aces. Blockers aren't real. Make it
Alright,
like
so-
a hashtag.
We have to call, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and we just saw the answer.
Are we folding ace queen off?
we
We're
wouldn't
not
want
doing
to
it
do
with
it
ace
for-
queen off.
we
We're
wouldn't-
not doing it with
yeah,
ace
we'd
queen
just
off.
rip it. Nice.
Oh, we fold all of these trashy aces
Of
that
course,
we
of
were
course.
like all of the 3% stuff.
Don't forget to do it for 5s, just a tiny bit.
Oh yeah.
This just fills your head with nonsense.
There's always like a random solver thing that you just kind of ignore. About
Yeah,
the
there's
fives.
no sense in trying to learn the marginal like min click spots. Do we see a flop or do we raise?
We check back. But
Yeah, I like the check.
raise folding this just seems like a disaster, and raise calling doesn't.
I think ace 7 off you, Jimmy. Nah, for 24. I think you just check back all your aces. Except for ace jack suited. Ace queen, ace king, 3x.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, chippy V, you'd probably do some jamming, but I don't know about.
Am I getting everyone else to say Jimmy? Ace 8. Well, must be 3-bet folding or ISO folding,
Yeah, let's
ace 8 off.
see.
Yep. Ace 8, ace 9. Running
it's
ace
clean.
10, ace 8 suited.
All of our pairs. King 10 suited
Jack 10 suited.
for what is this?
Gamble it up. It's like
He's
free-handed,
last.
eh? There's not as much ICM like free-handed as like 7-handed. Plus PK.
We're not at risk, so I guess that's part of it.
Yeah. And like Jack 10 suited does so well against, like, not so well, but like it's never really.
Jack 10
It's so
suited
good
raise
as
call
ace
offs
king.
are always successful. 90% of the time, every time.
60% of the time, it works every time. Is this helpful for you guys?
Yeah, I'm doing this one.
So we rip here.
The infamous Queen Jack.
We
suit
saw the
from
Queen
small
Jack
blind.
suited likes to rip.
Rip it.
Final
let's
table
see.
though.
2 short stacks, shorter stacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Get that fold equity.
Yeah. I like to pep it. Don't
Jimmy,
fucking give me this. Don't give me this
100%.
non-all-in sizing.
Yeah, nah, no way.
you don't want to raise for 10.
Surely not. Surely not.
Fucking do it anyway.
100%. 94. Okay.
That look at see.
Queen Jack suited.
The raise 10. Told you.
All right, 1 in 20 times I'll do it. Fine.
Pull up your randomizer. It's a multiple of 20. Or no, a multiple of... What would that be? Anyways.
Yeah, offsuit just jam.
Yep. Offsuit, I think, likes a jam. No!
12. That's like 2/3 of its set. What?
What is this? Nope. Just raising to 12. What
Does
are
it come with like an audio book or something of someone explaining the again, look at it's the same fucking EV. It doesn't matter what you fucking do, but it's gonna throw you an exception to be like, no, you're 100% wrong.
10%? We do a lot of this non-all-in 3-bet sizing. A6 suited? He's
I think what it does is increase your fold equity because it makes people indifferent to calling with maybe like 7s or 8s.
Let's see, it's 22.6 rejam. And if we just open rip, it's almost identical. Because there's like a 1% call, 22.6% rip. And he's calling 23.4% to an open jam or a 3-bet jam. I think it's partly about the button, like what the button does.
I mean,
So,
in that spot, it's not. Are we ever gonna fold if it goes jam?
let's see. So button rejams 8.1, and if we do this, it's 8.3. So I guess you get a tiny bit more protection from the button or the big blind when you use this size. Seems unnecessary.
I mean, again, is it that raise 12? Is it because if it goes jam, are we folding ace queen?
Well, if we and he jams and he calls, ace queen suited gets to fold, yeah. So we do get away from a lot of stuff if goes jam call. You're right.
What's button's range when he calls? Is it like just queens plus or something? Like when it goes V12 and then big blind jams and then button calls, it's just button just have like queens plus.
But I feel like everything would be accomplished if you just
sevens.
If you're making it a smaller 3-bet sizing. I'm not sure.
Well, we do that and he does this.
Man, I had 2 Vietnamese sandwiches before I want to go straight to sleep. But I wanted to start at in 20 minutes.
Yeah, now's a good time on GGA. There's a lot of good stuff. Kicks off.
The tiger and the rabbit. Anyone else playing?
I feel like that's a segue. I do not think I'm going to commit to a tournament at
11 o'clock at night.
11:40
Now,
p.m.
me and Johnny get all the credit when you end your downswing today.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'll
when you get to
I'll
a
give
final
credit to
table,
whatever anyone, to whoever wants it. All right. I think that was okay. Maybe we'll make it a weekly segment and it'll turn into a podcast.
Guys, yeah.
I'd be a great co-host for a podcast, FYI.
All right, I'm gonna put these settings back so I don't forget. That was funny. I was on no delay and I min opened aces and the guy ran 6-3 offsuit and he beat me. I was on no delay.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Before we go, TRYTIME, what's your button opening range? 40 big blinds.
8 off and suited 5s.
Well done, well done. I want to see some
I'm
opens.
good.
Nice.
All right, we'll
Good stuff, guys.
I'm gonna come back in 20 minutes here. We'll see you in a minute.
Nice. Good
All
luck
right,
out there.
boys. It was fun.